What's up, y'all? It's Tasha V, and you're watching That's what I feel like I'm doing. What's up, y'all? It's Tasha V, and you're watching She's Cute. I don't even think I'm doing that right. Okay. Watch part 2 of #single, but are you happy though? I do encourage you to watch part 1 if you haven't already. It may help you know where we are in this discussion. My goal is just to be transparent because hopefully I can help someone not make the same mistakes I've had made in my life. And also, I do encourage you to like, share, or subscribe if you feel in this conversation and you feel like we should have more of them. You know what I'm saying? So, peace. And that's not being bitter, that's being aware and conscious of your actions and how people are treating you and what your value is. And 2, ladies, another thing that we always know, guys are not stupid. Guys are very smart. We always say that women are more smarter than men, maybe in education, but as far as wits and just interpersonal skills, guys know what they can do and what they can't do. They know it. They know when they approach a girl, they know just by looking at her if it's somebody they're going to show respect to or if it's someone they just going to be a you-know-what to. And guys know that. So when you walk in a room and you exude confidence, and it's not fake confidence, it's not confidence that you're trying to pretend. I'm always fake it till you make it, honey. But true confidence, believe me, you're going to engage differently with men and you won't be so impressionable. And so those are things that I'm working on. Also, it's not very wise to get in a relationship after you just got out of one. Just speaking from experience. You know, so that's another thing. You need time to heal. You really do. And I love the people that I meet, and I was talking to one of my girlfriends, it was a couple of weeks ago, and we're talking about men, and you know, and she was just like, you know, I'm just at the point where I'm numb. You know, and so I get what I want from men, and that's just what it is. And I was almost at that place too, and I think a lot of women are, where you're just numb and it's just like, you know, hey, I get what I want from them, and then it's like deuces. But the thing about that is you may be numb, but the damage is still being done. You know, if you ever watch TLC in one of those surgery documentaries, the person is numb, the person is asleep, but it doesn't change the fact that their heart is being ripped open. It doesn't change the fact that some functions in their body has changed just because they were numb. And so that's, to me, I thought that was very intriguing to hear a lot of women say. But still, even though we may become numb, it does not mean that the damage is not being done. You know, my face can be numb, but if you punch me in it, it's still going to give me a black eye. You know, it's still going to be evident. And eventually that numbness is going to wear off. And you're going to feel the pain. You're going to notice the difference in yourself, in your consciousness, in your confidence in yourself, in your perception of men and the perception of yourself. And so I just believe that is something important to realize. And also when it comes to sex, you know, I don't know. I'm just the type of person that I don't believe it's just a physical thing. I really don't. I look at the soul as being our emotions. Our soul is our heart on our sleeve. And our soul is not our consciousness. It's not. Our soul is constantly looking for affirmation, is constantly looking for instant gratification. And what happens is when you only surround yourself around situations or people who are negative in your life, what your soul will do is try to find the good in that person. And that's not always a great thing, because that's how you end up getting into a soul tie with someone and not being able to leave a relationship, because you're like, oh, I know he does this, But there's some days that he's just really, really nice. And there's some days that he does call when he's supposed to. But the majority of the time, he's not treating you right. But that soul tie, that soul has attached itself to the good part. And we've completely become blind of the things that are being done to us that are negative and what we're doing to ourselves. And so that's how you find yourself in the same situation over and over and over again, because you haven't changed the quality of people that you're talking to. You haven't changed the quality of men. You think that you have, but it's something about what you're dealing with on the inside that is attracting that man's soul and what he's looking for. And so then you get these two hurt people together and they just consistently hurt each other. But it's when you kind of break the cycle and, you know, you do things like I'm doing. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You could do something different. You may say, hey, I'm dating, but I'm going to date this way now. And I'm going to make sure that I'm honest with myself. But when you change the cycle, when you interrupt the cycle, that's when you'll start to see things change in your life. Because you'll be introducing your soul to a different environment. And it would get used to happiness, real happiness, not happiness that only lasts for an hour when you're with him. Not happiness that only lasts after, you know, you drink your last bottle of wine, but happiness that lasts. Your soul would get used to, being authentic and being around honest people. Not honest people just because he's honest and says, hey, I'm talking to other women, doesn't mean that's a good thing. Oh, well, at least he's honest with me. But people who honestly have good intentions for you and don't want to hurt you. And I believe that once you change that environment for yourself, then you'll be much happier. And that's just where I am in life. Just the other day, I met a guy and we had a great conversation. And you know what? I was content with just having the conversation. You know, I didn't have to exchange phone numbers. I didn't have to, be like, oh, does he like me? You know, what should I do next? I was just content with just talking to a nice guy and it just being a nice conversation. Hey, it was great talking to you, and going home and being happy and not like, oh. So, yeah. So that's just a little bit of my thing. And also what I've decided to do is I'm not dating anyone anymore who is not on my level, spiritually, mentally, or emotionally. And let me tell you something. It's not a 2-for-1 deal. It's not a buy one, get one free. Okay? It ain't you got one, but you don't got the others. All right? I mean to be stable. And stable does not mean being perfect, but stable is just like how my light is balancing on my camera and it ain't falling down, it ain't sliding, it ain't moving over to the left a little bit. It is officially doing what it's supposed to do. That's what I mean by stable. It's not perfect, but a stable individual is good. Okay, they're not driving you crazy. They're not driving themselves crazy. They know who they are. They know where they're going, and that's okay to want. That's okay to want. And don't let people tell you, well, girl, you just trying to find the perfect person. No, I said stable, not perfect. And it's okay to want someone who is emotionally stable. It's okay to want someone who has a car. It's okay. It's okay to want someone who may not have his 6-figure job and he may work at Best Buy, but he's in school full time and he works and he's doing what he's supposed to do. That's stable, okay? And it's okay to have those standards. And just be confident in those standards and don't let nobody tell you that you shouldn't or you're wishing too high in the stars. I remember I went to this Mary Kay event. It was years ago. I may have been like 13 years old. And this lady, she said, if you want a king, be a queen, honey. For real. What does a queen have? Confidence. What does a queen have? Something to put to put on the table. What does a queen have? She has her own thing. She's stable. What does a queen have? She has great self-esteem. She has great managing skills. Be a queen, and you'll find your king. And I'm just like #roof mode right now. I'm not looking for it, and I don't think I'm ever gonna look for it again. Do I desire it? Do I desire to be in a relationship? I do. And that's okay. And that whole situation with the guy, I was trying to convince myself that I was okay being single. And now I am. And I am. And I'm so happy, y'all. I am so, so happy. And I know that one day I'll meet my Prince Charming and we'll live happily ever after. But until then, y'all, I'm staying cute. Stay cute, y'all. Stay confident, unique, talented, and efficient. Peace.